Oh, he says I can't do it, let me prove him wrong. You're giving doubt the mastery over your mind instead of giving faith the mastery over your mind. The second thing that I would avoid is proving people wrong. With my fear of making mistakes and the fact that making mistakes are inevitable, there was a lot of embarrassment when I first started playing basketball. 7th grade, 8th grade, I was considered like a pretty good player. I'd say really good player, just off my ability to get to the basket, use my speed and my handle. Like I've always just had a really good handle, great coordination. But the one thing I was not good at all was shooting. So I could get to my spots, but if I were to pull up for a J, more than likely it was going out. I didn't really have a hold on what a consistent jump shot felt like or looked like, and it got to me. You know, it really got to me to the point where I started obsessing over this whole three-point shot. I forgot how good of a player I was. I forgot all my strengths, and I started wanting to prove everybody wrong who said I can't shoot, who would sag off me in games or even in practice. And so that's why there was like that ultimatum choice of either I quit this sport forever or I double down and I become the best basketball player that I could possibly be. And so I made the choice to become the best basketball player I possibly could be, but my focus was off. All I was focusing on was my jump shot, my jump shot, my jump shot. So I'd come out here, I'd work on my handles and stuff, but the main thing I work on is my jumper. I would be obsessing over my jumper because I really wanted to prove people wrong. It went from, oh, Johnny used to be this like really good player to now Johnny is trash. Like he just is not a good player. But the thing is, I was just playing out of my weaknesses because I was trying to prove people wrong instead of just trying to prove me and my community who believes in me right. But that again goes to the first point of isolation because I didn't tap in with my community that believes in me. I remember I was so scared to make mistakes. I used to tell my parents, yo, you don't have to come to my games. Real talk. I'll tell them, yo, you don't have to pull up to this game. Or it's okay if you pull up late to this game. Like I was so scared to mess up in front of people. And even as I'm talking now, man, I can see how that's like polluted my life outside of basketball to this day, which is kind of dope to like realize right now. Like, I'm in the middle of a realization, which is kind of cool. But that even kind of fueled me in the year that I really started to play well. So even in grade 12, like that was the whole motto. The whole motto was like kill, prove everybody wrong. And like the mentality worked. I was able to prove everybody wrong, turn myself into a U Sport player. I was able to start playing out of my strengths and improve my weaknesses. Everything went to plan, you know? But even at the time, I didn't even realize it. But it was once I kind of actually stepped into community with Ajay, that was when I was actually able to like really make growth. And this is a story for another day, but that's when Mason kind of stepped into the picture beginning of my grade 12 year. Having those two around me really helped me start to believe in myself because I had people who actually believed in me, and I started to kind of tap into their perception of me. Like, man, if May says I can do this, I can do it. Instead of being like, oh, he says I can't do it, let me prove them wrong. You're giving doubt the mastery over your mind instead of giving faith the mastery over your mind. On the point of doubt being the master of your mind, oh my goodness, guys, right now I'm battling my doubt with a lot of things. And I'm trying to let faith take back over. You know, I don't want to be ruled by doubt. I don't want to be ruled by fear. I want to be ruled by faith. I want to be ruled by the promises that Jesus has for me. I don't want to be ruled by the lies that Satan has. And it's tough to rewire your brain because when you literally grew up hooping, making up stories in your brain about what people say about you, like it got to that point where, okay, I finally became a great player. Everybody was praising me. But the fuel to my fire was doubt. And so I was making up stories in my head. Any little slight thing I thought somebody would say about me, I'd amplify it. I'd make it greater. Somebody say, oh, you need to work on this. I say, oh, he doesn't think I'm nice. He doesn't think I'm good. That person never said that. And now I'm letting fear rule my life. No, I got to prove this person wrong. I got to prove this person wrong. I'm giving doubt the mastery of my brain, which has crippled me. Now I'm starting to like finally step into things and finally believe that I am who God says I am. But doubt's coming back. And it's so frustrating because it's not true. And I'm starting to learn that it's not true. Because when you've grown up so much in basketball, trusting your doubt, it's like you start to actually believe that it's true. So that when it starts to tell you lies outside of basketball, you're like, oh snap, this could be true because, man, when I used my doubt in grade 12, I became such a great player. It's a terrible cycle. It's a terrible cycle. And so I would say the shift that young players need to make, old, young, middle-aged, whatever, I don't care what age you are, is to prove the people who believe in you right. Make that choice now to block out the negativity and lock in on the people who actually believe in you. And if you don't have anybody who believes in you, God believes in you. And I believe in you. That's my 2 cents on the topic. Trust in yourself, believe in yourself, and prove people right. Prove people right. Don't prove people wrong. Don't give the doubt mastery of your mind. Prove people right. Those are the 2 things that I wish I never built on. I wish I never built on isolation, and I wish I never built on proving people wrong, aka doubt. What are the alternatives to those 2 things? Build on community. Build on people who believe in you, and then you can focus on proving them right. That will cultivate a base of faith, something that will be fruitful in your entire life. You're more than just a basketball player, you're a human being. I believe that you should try and get holistic traits that are going to help you in your entire life, as well as basketball, but not just fuel basketball and destroy everything else in your life. Because even grade 12, like when I was playing well, when I was that guy, there were times I would go home, I feel so lonely, for real. I'm going to be real with y'all. And I thought that was just part of the process. Sometimes it is, but most times it's self-inflicted. Most times, man, if you really look, there's people like you in your school. That was kind of the narrative I had in terms of the isolation and the proving people wrong. Oh, no one understands me. No one understands my mentality. No one knows what I'm going through. Bro, there's not going to be a single person on this planet who fully understands what you're going through except for God. But there is people who can relate to some parts of you. You just got to look. Ask yourself this question. If you're struggling with those thoughts of just like, man, ain't nobody understand me. The only person who understands me is Kobe. I used to have those thoughts too. Really look. Really tap in, really put yourself out there. And I know it's tough. I know it's hard, especially when you have that fear of being misunderstood, but really like go look for it. Go look for that community. You have to take that leap of faith. This life ain't gonna reward you if you sit on your hands. All right. Faith without works is death. So go out there, go find your people. They exist. I promise you. God didn't make us to live in isolation. He made us to live in community. And that community can encourage you to chase the dreams that you want to chase in a healthy way. Show you got to believe it. You got to have that faith. Leap of faith, man. Third principle of KSJ, man. Multiple leaps of faith. We'll also get into what KSJ means in another video. I got a lot of videos lined up for y'all. I appreciate y'all for watching, man. I'm just really out here processing life and hoping that it can provide value to other people. I hope you found value in this video. I really do. Appreciate y'all. One more shot for the cam. If I miss it, I don't know. Don't miss. I don't miss.